Welcome back, everyone. This is Akinar here with more Elden Ring, where today I am just a tad under the weather. I am fending off the remains of a head cold, a little bit of congestion, a little bit of low energy. Nothing major, nothing too debilitating, and definitely nothing that is going to stop me from playing some more Elden Ring. So we are here, we are recording, we are just slightly soldiering through as we're not feeling quite as good as our samurai character here, who is just floating on air, hanging out in the the round table hold. Oh man, I had a lot of fun last time taking down the Tree Sentinel and figuring out some of the other mysteries, getting to the bottom of Stormveil Castle, dealing with the Tree Spirit, and this game is just so dang fun. And I know there is so much that we have explored in Limgrave and Stormveil Castle, Stormhill, and still probably so much that we've missed. But I'm also anxious at some point here to get to a new zone, and I think we might be doing that today. But we got a few things to take care of first, so we'll see the best laid plans in Elden Ring. You never know what's going to get, how you're going to get sidetracked or what's going to happen. The first course of business here is this Great Rune situation. I have done a little bit of science here off camera just to make sure that I wanted to confirm that nothing is actually changing. I tried taking off the Great Rune again, just to be sure that we're definitely not changing our attribute points, and definitely also the attack power, damage negation, resistance, those values aren't changing either. So nothing is changing as a mere, just simply by equipping or de-equipping the Great Rune. However, we do have this item. We have the Rune Arcs. We have 2 of them that we picked up. There are 5 more at the vendor. And when I read this originally, I remember making a mental note, that this does not say limited duration. It doesn't indicate that this is some temporary effect. And I'm kind of a literalist thinker when words mean things, and I tend to be very literal in how I read words and sentences. And I noticed that, but I also I tempered that with the fact that FromSoft descriptions can be a little bit misleading sometimes. Sometimes there are translations that go wrong, or you end up with like a Shaman Boneblade, a description that's not even close to telling you what the item does. So I kind of, I wasn't sure. I wanted to find out what it would be like once we actually got a Great Rune. And now that we know what we know, it really feels like this is what is intended, that you're actually just supposed to use one of these and permanently enhance your character with the effect of whatever Great Rune you have equipped. And that you get a choice as you collect more Great Runes. You can kind of choose, do I want to keep sticking with the effects of one rune, or do I want to apply some different ones? It seems like an interesting way potentially to build your character, if this is in fact a permanent effect. Watch me look very silly here, as this turns out to be a, a limited 60-second effect as I'm sitting around in the hold. I want to try this. I see in the bottom right, the Great Rune is equipped. We're going to try this out. I think it literally just... Oh my god. Whoa. Okay. It has enhanced... Holy shit. The first thing I noticed here is my attribute points. But I think it has also enhanced our resistance, because we saw all of our resistance bars there show up momentarily. There were some icons there that I didn't recognize because we haven't seen them yet. Our damage negation has also gone up, although I think those things are related to our attribute points. Yo, the attribute points went up by 5. Every single attribute point went up by 5. What the fuck? That has absolutely blown me away. This is not a permanent, or this is not a temporary effect, correct? Or is it? Maybe it is temporary. There's an icon. There are icons that are up in the left-hand corner there that make me wonder if this is a temporary effect. I'm seeing the up with the sword and the up with the magic. If it's a permanent effect, that is absolutely insane. That 5 attribute points can be added from one of these things? At least that feels insane if I'm thinking in terms of the soft caps that I know from Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3. Maybe the soft caps are completely different in this game. Maybe this is a game where you're meant to level to, who knows, level 1000 by the end because the game is so dang long. Well, it hasn't worn off yet. It hasn't worn off yet. I'm a little anxious now that that's just going to wear off any second, but I'm also still in kind of disbelief that we have we really permanently increased all our attribute points by 5? Holy shit. What other great rune effects would there be that you would want to use besides Godric's? We'll find out. There's obviously going to be more great runes. Well, holy shit. That is so super exciting. I was expecting it was going to raise the attributes by 1. I thought it was just going to each one was going to get a +1 across the board because it does say raise all attribute points or all attributes. Holy shit. Okay, well, my God. My goal as a result of this was to...
Ah, you appear to be doing well.
I'm doing very well.
Very good. Well then.
I was going to, if my faith was increased by 1, putting me at 20, I was going to get the black flame fireball because it takes 20 faith. We shot right past that, didn't we? We're going to pick this up definitely now. We didn't read this before, I don't think. A black flame incantation of the Godskin Apostles. Throws a ball of raging black fire. Charging enhances potency, causes the fireball to explode. Black flame is weighty. After dealing damage, it continues to sap foes' HP for a very short time. The FP cost is 18, which is a fair bit more expensive compared to the fireball. But our mind attribute has gone up by 5 all of a sudden. We have 126 FP. My flasks don't come close to refilling all of that. We need to get an undead bone shard here at some point. Let's pop some runes. 7,500 is what we need because I want to buy this. I want to buy this. So 7,500. We need just a little more than 55. We need 5,600. 5,600. Let's go to the inventory. Oh my God. It hasn't worn off yet, I don't think. I'm still kind of waiting for this thing to wear off because I'm... Oh, man. That is crazy. That seems nuts to me. It might... Once I've played through the entirety of the game and I know how everything works, it might not seem so crazy. But right now, my Dark Souls brain is having a real tough time getting over this. It's amazing. Okay, we need 3,200 more. Let's fucking go. These are 200 each, right? So we need 16 of these. And we will now have a black flame fireball.
Further study of incantation. I can happily spare the time.
Applaud away, my dude, because my enthusiasm is unbridled right now. Give me a black flame. Let's go. Now,
Golden Order.
Okay, that all of a sudden now we kind of need to reconsider our options across the board because don't we have a different seal? Okay, we're still not there yet. 27 faith is what we need for this guy. It's funny that it requires 4 strength. Is it possible to have a character that has less than 4 strength? Why is that? I guess it scales with your strength, like this one does. That's kind of funny. There is some strength scaling there I hadn't noticed before. Okay. So we're still a ways from the Godslayer seal, but we do, if this black flame fireball, I wasn't so thrilled with the black flame weapon enchantment. Maybe I need to try that some more, especially if this catalyst boosts that, maybe it would be worth. But we'll think about that when we get to 27 faith. We also have that other Dragon Tail spell that we got from the Crucible Knight. 27 faith might be our new goal. Well, okay, now that we have over 20 strength, there was another option here. Not this way. There was another option at the finger reader, the boss soul option that we got from Godric. Wasn't there like a... We needed 20 strength, I think, for this thing. So let's look at this again. We can do this one now. The Grafted Dragon has fire damage. It's a fist weapon. It really scales with, I guess it scales with all the stats that we're leveling right now. We're kind of leveling strength, dexterity, and faith evenly. It's not really been my intent per se, but that's how we've gone. I kind of want to play around with this. So there's a couple things, a couple nudges that I got from. We'll think about that one, but I did get a little bit of some gentle nudges from my trusted advisors. One of them was to reread my key items, because there might be a quality of life enhancement that I could that I would be able to benefit from. I asked if it was regarding the Great Rune, and he said, no, that's something else. Let me know if you need a hint. I think we have figured out the Great Rune situation. Oh my god, it hasn't worn off. I think it's a permanent effect. I think. It sure looks like a permanent effect. Goddamn. Still getting over that one. Now, I looked through the rest of my key items, and the only one that seemed to make sense in terms of one that I had maybe overlooked or hadn't thought too closely or deeply about is the Iron Whetblade. We picked this up in Stormveil Castle, and I did read it at the time, I believe, but I think it was at the end of an episode, end of a recording, and so I might not have been like, I might not have seemed overjoyed because I was a little bit tired at the time, but this does, I did make note of this, and I have been thinking about this in terms of it applies an additional affinity, right? It gives you like a double boost when you apply an Ash of War, a double scaling, or at least it seems that way. And so I have been thinking about this. Here's the thing when it comes to Ashes of War. The Ashes of War I have not taken advantage of yet because I'm an overthinker. That's the main reason. Let me tell you what I'm thinking about when it comes to applying Ashes of War. I'm gonna throw on my katana here. Let's take a look at the Ashes of War.
Well, I took you for no man to lay out your own.
Because obviously if you can get double scaling by enhancing an item, that's pretty dang sick. And that would be something that I'd be very interested in taking advantage of. I was at the right menu before. So here's the problem that I have. The problem is that we're starting to use this unsheath ability. And we have made use of it before in lots of situations where it's been very good. And so if we're considering using an Ash of War on our katana, we could use unsheath, just like reuse it and just overwrite unsheath with unsheath. And then we would get some scaling. Now the problem is it's keen scaling, and we are not exactly leaning into dexterity. So while I do get a boost of my bonus damage from 39 to 48, my base damage goes from 141 to 129. And here's where the FromSoft menu does not really help me when it comes to thinking about the Iron Whetblade. If it is implying an additional keen scaling, what exactly does that mean? Does it mean that I'm getting an additional, +9 in bonus damage only? So instead of plus 48, it's going to plus 57? Or is it also not just boosting my bonus damage, but also reducing the base damage a second time? This is what I don't know. Now, I could just ask somebody, obviously. I could just look this up on a wiki page, and all my questions would be answered. However, I'm trying to do a blind playthrough. And the reason I don't like looking these things up and I don't like asking other people is because it's not fun for me. I enjoy the mystery, and I enjoy trying the process of trying to figure things out. And it means that in situations like this, I'm going to be overthinking, or I'm going to be hesitant about actually taking advantage of an Ash of War, where if I knew exactly what was going to happen, I would have perfect information and I would be able to say, this is definitely going to be a benefit for me. So I just don't know. The other problem is there are other, a quality enhancement Well, I was going to say a quality enhancement in terms of pure damage. If you're thinking about the scaling for quality, where it increases your scaling for both strength and dexterity. Look at how much it's reducing the base damage. The base damage of the Uchi is going from 141 to 119. It's like reducing the base damage even more than with a keen scaling. And the bonus damage that I'm getting in return is not... Well, no, it's not outweighing that, right? It's like... So even if I'm not considering the Iron Wet Blade... Well, I don't know exactly what the best way to think about this is, other than the numbers that I see here on this menu do not make applying an Ash of War to my Uchi Katana. They do not, it does not seem like a good move. Here's the exception to this. The Golden Vow. This is where there's another nudge that I have received. For the record, I'm not generally asking for nudges or tips or hints because, like I said, I'm trying to figure things out on my own just because that's what's fun for me. But we've got a couple here that we're making an exception for. There's a bit of information that has come to my attention, and I'm accepting this one because I don't think I would have figured this one out on my own. We're going to go into the spot down here where I don't think there's another fight to be had, but I do think we're allowed to swing our weapons around. The nudge that I had received, based on somebody in the comments who had mentioned this, is that you actually, in this game, apparently, you can get some unique movesets when you are dual wielding. And this is something that I would probably not have thought of, because going back to Dark Souls 1, which is the first time that I tried this, I remember trying dual wielding in Dark Souls 1 and realizing very quickly that it did not make any difference. And so I quickly just lodged that away as like, don't worry about dual wielding, it's not a thing. DS2, it was a thing, power stancing and all that stuff, but DS2 is the, you know, it wasn't a Miyazaki game. It's not related, right? It's the exception. Well, it turns out that maybe Elden Ring is different. Let's just remind ourselves here what the regular R1 attacks are. Okay, so it looks like there's like a 5 combination there of 5 different slashes. By the way, I have just noticed the brightness on that Great Rune icon. That has been enhanced, has it not? I had not noticed that until I was so blinded by the fact that I've gotten 5 attribute points across the board. Yeah, okay, that thing is glowing big time. I wonder if it would even let you. Now that I'm wondering about this, that is such a significant... Would it even let you use... Oh, that's the catch. That's the catch, because you can only use the rune arc once per Great Rune. That's what it looks like, at least. We'll test that to be sure. There's maybe some weird scenario where being in this particular spot, the PvP zone, it wouldn't let you use it. But I don't think that's the case. I think this is now a thing where we have powered up the great... Oh, it's only going to last as long as I have that rune in the slot, isn't it? The moment I go to put in a different Great Rune, I'm going to lose my 5 attribute points, aren't I? I think that's what's going to happen. We will worry about that later because we only have 1 Great Rune for now. Huh. I'm considering the I'm thinking about the implications here. The trade-offs that are going to occur down the road as you weigh different Great Rune options. So much to think about. Dual wield Uchis, huh? Let's see what happens with R1 again. I would imagine that's going to be the same. Okay. Now, what happens with L1? Nothing. L2, we go to unsheath. Can I do an R1 plus L1? No. So, does my L1 work? Is my L1 working here? Oh, So this is a bug that does happen from time to time. It has happened with Dark Souls games before, where I think I need to actually reboot the game because somehow the controller gets disconnected. It usually only happens if I've like used the keyboard though. So I don't know what has happened here. Give me just a second to restart the game. Okay, we are back and L1 does guard. All right, so now let's try this again. Now what happens with an L1? Okay, R1 into L1. Okay, it kind of just goes back to that move. So now what about L1 into L1? Oh, so it's got this like this little double slash move. Okay, okay. That's cool. And then the final, okay, so it's got like a 4 attack or double attacks. That is pretty sick. And then the one, okay, so 3 double attacks final, followed by one double slash both swords together. That's a cool little moveset. Curious how much stamina that's going to use. We'll have to see when we get into combat. Can I jump? The jump doesn't really change anything. Okay, I see. So that L1, it feels a little bit like the Rakuyo. I never played with the Shikage in Bloodborne, but I played a fair bit on New Game Plus with the Rakuyo. And I think it had a similar thing, right? If you were in the right mode, it kind of had a similar moveset. So that's very cool. So what is that? How does that relate to Ashes of War? What I had been thinking as this idea had been floated to me by one of my trusted advisors to try this out. What that does, potentially, what we could do is apply... I don't have to go all the way to the... I can just look at my inventory. We could do... this Golden Vow. I was thinking, what if we threw this on... what if we put this on, like, the left Uchi-Katana? If we were to do this thing where we're dual-wielding Uchis, we keep Unsheathe in the right hand, but we put Golden Vow in the left. Would that be a thing? The only issue is, how do you actually activate... the left hand? Because doesn't this activate the right hand? I think that's what's happening. He's putting the right hand in. The right-handed Uchi is the one that's getting sheathed. So you would need to two-hand this thing. You would need to two-hand the left sword. It's not like you could just have them both. It would be a little bit awkward. You'd have to just go to two-handing the left-hand sword temporarily and then do the Golden Vow, and then you go back to the dual wield, which I could get used to. It would just be a little awkward at first. Also, of course, in this scenario, we're not blocking. And I have become... I'm pretty reliant on the shield still. So this is it's a cool thing to think about, and I will, as I am always prone to do, I will think about, mull over, and likely overthink this decision. But it's good to have that option as and of course, here's the other bit of calculus that makes me hesitant to use Ashes of War, and then we will get on with the game here. But the other bit to think about is the fact that there is a part of the menu here that says Ash of War duplication. You need Lost Ashes of War, and once you have one of those, you can duplicate your Golden Order. And then you don't have to worry if you like make a mistake throwing it on a weapon that you don't really want it on, because you have another one. So the problem is I don't know where I'm going to get a Lost Ashes of War and how long it's going to be until I get one. So in the meantime, I could be missing out. But that's the nature of a blind playthrough. So it is what it is. So that's cool. That's very cool. We've got some options that we're going to continue to think about. What I am going to do for now, though, is I'm going to replace my Flame Sling with the Black Flame. Let's do that, and we'll keep this lineup like this, because I want to try out this Black Flame Fireball. I have played a little bit with the Black Flame Fireball in DS3, I played a little bit of New Game Plus before starting Elden Ring, and the Black Flame was really cool that because it was like breaking people's guard all the time. It seemed like it was doing additional poise damage or guard break damage, whatever, however that game works. I think we've covered what I wanted to do here in the hold. Let's go back to the castle. Like I said, I think we're close to starting our excursion into Liurnia, but I do want to do a little bit more of exploration here in the castle before we do that, because there is a part of the castle. We know that there is an elevator that goes way down to the bottom. And as I was thinking about it, I came back here off camera. I came back to this bonfire, and I noticed that there is, around the spot where that elevator would seem, I think the elevator is like inside here. And it looks like it probably goes down here. There is what looks like probably an area that we can get to. How do we get there? That's what I'm not sure about. So what we're going to do is go to... We're going to go to that. We're going to go to that elevator, which is guarded by one of the banished knights. And we'll get to try, first of all, we'll get to try our Black Flame Fireball on this guy. See if that is more effective. So that's the first step here, is to try out our new shiny toy. Nice. Eat it. Eat it. Eat that Black Flame. Oh, and it does the little dot, of course, which I may not have, I don't know if it stacks. But regardless, we didn't quite kill him with that last fireball. There was a little tick of the damage over time component there. So they might not do extra poise damage like it felt like it did in DS3, but the extra damage over time seems like it'll be pretty nice. Okay, so what I wanted to do was look around here a bit. It is so dark at night, says Captain Obvious. What I wanted to do was look down here, because this is kind of where... So we had come here before, and then we eventually figured out how to get over to the other side by just falling down here. Then I was like, are we supposed to fall down further? Feels like death. There's no... It doesn't seem like there's a sequence of ledges that lets us fall down from here. What about over here? Are there any ledges that I'm missing? It's a little hard to see, but I don't think that we're supposed to fall... That we're supposed to fall down here. What's this over here? There might be some ledges over here. How do I... Wait, have I been here? Oh, shit. Look at this. Oh, shit. This might be it. I'm not sure. Oh, but there is more down here. Huh. Well, I'm not totally sure, but it looks like there are ledges to fall down, and it looks like they might start up here, which is... Where? There was the bird up here. Let's go... I'm forgetting for whatever reason where this was, but I think it might be up here. Let's go back up to the rampart tower here. And instead we go out this way. Oh, right, it's the exploding birds. Okay. The exploding birds, of course, we just ran by these guys the other day, surviving with a sliver of health. Okay. That's nice. I'm gonna have to do some testing to see how much more damage it does compared to the regular fireball, if it does. Okay, but I think maybe this is where we're supposed to go. Yeah. Okay, so an uncharged fireball actually does kill them. These guys are unnerving. Unnerving to say the least. We had explored over here. I'm going to take my beacon off the screen. We had explored over here before, but I think I had just not thought about the fact that there is... This is a ledge that you can just... Oh my god, look at this. Dude. This must be it. This has got to be it, obviously, right? Now, hold on a second. Before I just drop down here, I do want to... I see an item over there. We just never looked over this edge, didn't we? Completely missed this. Okay. All right, so how do I get there? Oh, I see. There is a part of the wall that you can walk on, and maybe that's actually how you get farther down. All right, I think this is the first step here. I think we are finally, maybe, fingers crossed, might be finally piecing this together. Is it ever possible that we would get over to the chapel as well? How did we get to the... Well, my theory with the chapel had been that this door that I missed, and I've seen it on a fresh file, but the door that's kind of like right here that opens from the other side, there's got to be some sort of tunnel, right? You find your way underwater, or a tunnel that goes underwater and ascends all the way back up to that door. That's got to be it. All right, it looks like we can fall down to this, and then that brings us over to this item here. There's an item over there as well. Man. And I think that probably... How is this supposed to work? There's like a whole part of the castle here that's just been blown to smithereens. Are we supposed to be able to walk there? Maybe not. It's still not clear how we're supposed to get over to this item. But is there some other secret over up above that I've missed as well? A marred wooden shield. Didn't we get one of these already? I feel like we got one of these. Oh, we got a hawk crest. No, we got this thing. A marred leather shield. Got it. Leather shield of Stormveil soldiers. Wooden shield of Stormveil soldiers. Okay. I think it's the same description otherwise. Looks like it. No skill. No skill. Just like the the YouTuber. What I'd like to do is set... Oh, I can't... I was thinking this is like... I was thinking Breath of the Wild. Shake a slate. Zoom in. Set a waypoint. Doesn't work like that. Let's set a waypoint right there. Oh, I think I actually nailed it. Okay. We'll see if we can figure out how to get that. There's some stuff over here as well, which is probably part of Liurnia. Maybe that's how we're going to get back over to the Chapel of Anticipation. All right, I'm getting sidetracked thinking about different things. What we need to stay focused on here is moving downward, because I believe that is the only way to go. Okay, it feels good to finally be making some progress on this front. Looking for any other drop-offs that I could potentially overlook. Ooh, what do I see down there? There's something sparkling. Oh, it's a scarab, isn't it? I think there's a scarab down there. Wow, that is so far down. Okay, let's keep going. I gotta remember something I had forgotten about. I do have these soft cottons, which I had forgotten. It does actually reduce fall damage. I had it in my mind that it only reduces like the sound of your fall damage as well as your footsteps, but it also reduces fall damage. So this is our temporary cat ring that we can use, and maybe I'll just use one now, although we're still not taking fall damage from any of these. Okay. Ash of War. Storm Assault. Everything is fine. I'm not scared. You're the one who was scared by that. Totally didn't just shit my pants. What the hell did we get again here? Storm Stomp. Storm Caller. Storm Stomp? Storm Assault! Storm yada yada yada. One of the skills that channel the Tempests of Stormveil. Leap forward through surrounding storm winds and thrust armament downward. The attack will produce more storm winds at the point of impact. So we have the whole repertoire of storm moves now, pretty much. Usable on pole arms. Capable of thrusting, heavy thrusting swords, and twin blades. Very particular. You okay? Get out my torch here. Actually put my beacon over there, which is close enough, I suppose. Okay, I will say I didn't see that coming, but I guess I also was thinking I hadn't quite seen the rest of the ledges that were going to take us this far down. Now I get it. Now I get it. Frickin' Elden Ring. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. Okay. Holy shit. I am going to drink. Is this a Crucible Knight? It looks like a Crucible Knight. It looks like Crucible Knight. Okay. At least we got practice with the moves. And also, this guy is not as beefy as the other guy. In terms of health. Okay, that damage over time does not last all that long. We got a tree also here that's helping us out. So that's nice. We do get the damage over time, even if he blocks our fireball. That stupid tail. Please die. Ooh. Yo, you actually give us another aspect. Okay. The practice and all the multiple deaths against the OG Crucible Knight paid off there. And also a scaled down, much less HP version is nice. Although maybe, who knows, maybe our Black Flame Fireball was doing that much more damage. Either way, I was hoping the Dragon Fire would finish him off. We didn't quite get there. Almost did us in, but we got an aspect of the Crucible Horns. So we now have a tail attack and we have a horn attack. I need to drink. And then I'm going to actually use this flask. And Urgent Heal. And I'm going to switch to my sword because we're almost out of mana and I want to save that for whatever else might be around the corner here. They throw a goddamn Crucible Knight at us. Motherfuckers. After that heart attack they gave me right before with the fall. What are we looking for? A spell, right? Also 27 Faith, which we are very close to being able to use. Creates Shoulder Horn to gore foes from low stance. It sounds like the shield attack. It sounds like his little shield bash that he's got. Also one of the ancient Erd Tree incantations. Creates a mighty horn on the caster's shoulder. Charging allows the caster to barrel into foes before delivering the final attack. So both of these do benefit from charging. Manifestation of the Erd Tree's primal vital energies. Aspect of the primordial crucible where all life was once blended together. Cool, I cannot wait to get to 27 faith. I'm so glad. I am definitely glad that we have gone the faith route. Having a lot of fun with it. Okay, what else for you? What else you got for me, Elden Ring? What else you got for me? Throw it at me. Lay it on me. Frickin' Crucible Knight. Now, we are down here. So this is where the spot that we saw from across the way. And there is, finally, the bottom of the ladder. Elevator. God damn it. I mean, which maybe I should just activate that. Just bank that before anything else happens. Let's make that connection. And we'll try to be on the lookout here for any secrets that might be on the way to the top. There it is. Woo. Okay, back down we go. We have made that connection. At long last. Feels good. Let's see what else there might be down here. I didn't see any... Didn't look like there were any secrets. This, this modeling in the wall, mottling, still very creepy. Unsettling. I don't have that, what's that thing where... Is it... The term where people are afraid of, like, a whole bunch of, the fear of, like... A bunch of little holes. It's not agoraphobia. That's not the term. There's a phobia. I don't have that. But it's still slightly, ever so slightly unnerving. So there's no item here or anything, huh? Thought I heard some footsteps for a second. But I'm just freaking out now because that's what this place, the effect this place is having on me. Okay. I think we have done it. We have made the full connection here. Now, see, this is the thing. We still have not answered this question about that other... We're gonna explore a little bit more here on the at the top of the castle here. Because I still would love to be able to get to these items that we're missing. And I don't quite know what I am missing. But we've cleared out some of the birds here, so let's do this before we sit at a bonfire. I think there is one more... There is one more bird hanging out over here that we had run into before. I will bring out my fireball for this. Get you out of here. Was there something over here that I missed? Like, do I need to destroy a section of the wall? Like, maybe I needed to not blow that bird up, and I needed to, like, lure it to a certain... Like, is one of these sections, like, destructible? What is this? I don't know what this stuff is on the wall, but... I'm starting to overthink this, I think. Because I want to figure out what I'm missing. Was there a spot to drop down over here? Oh, shit. This is it, isn't it? Maybe. That is a far fall. But that would be where I want to get. Is there some other part here? I mean, we can try. I could throw on my soft cotton and see, but that feels like that's gonna be death. That's gotta be a death, doesn't it? There's gotta be a better way here. There's gotta be something else that I'm missing. There's gotta be a better way. We've been down here. Like, can I get over to this side somehow? I don't think I can. I don't think there's any way for me to get up here. Even though that feels like that might be where they want us to, like, jump on this wall somehow and get over there and jump and fall down. That feels more natural. But how would I get... How would I even get up there? I know I can navigate down here. I'm probably very much overthinking this. But I'm trying to figure this out without just another silly science death. But that might be okay. Don't we all love a good silly science death? This has got to be a silly science death. Even with fucking soft cotton on. Like, this is going to get me killed, right? But right now, I'm not seeing another way. This has got to kill me. This is going to be a death. Oh my god. Why am I doing this? I know this is going to be a death. I know this is a death. Silly science death. Which we do count, by the way. Just because they're silly science deaths doesn't mean they don't go on the official death counter. They are still counted as deaths. I just want to be clear about that. Alright, we got to get our... Oh, shit. Oh. He finally realizes. He finally realizes. The rune arc is a temporary effect. Until death. Until death do we part. It was a little too good to be true, wasn't it? It was just a little too good to be true. God damn it. Okay. All right, rune arcs. Okay, great runes. It had lured me in. I was so, like, on guard. While all that time that I was in the hold, like, this has got to be temporary. This has got to be temporary. And then I finally let down my guard. And as soon as I do, thinking it's permanent, they pull the rug back from me. God damn you, Miyazaki. This game is cruel, dude. Absolutely fucking cruel as hell. The emotional trauma that this game puts you through. Motherfucker. I'm actually going to reapportion my flasks. Let's see if we can get our 2,500 runes back. I think 3-4 is actually the way that I want to go by default, because I am using a lot of spells. And we get healing from those spells. So I kind of want to be using that. Sag. Very, very sag. I'm, you know, I can take silly science deaths, but then when they're attached to the realization that your rune arc is not buffed permanently. We're gonna die here. The fucking Stormhawks are the worst. The worst, I tell you. Okay, so we've learned, and I guess maybe this is the way that you really make that lesson permanent, is by emotionally scarring the player, thinking that they were getting 5 permanent upgraded rune points, attribute points. How the hell are we getting over there? It really feels like we're supposed to get to this ledge, which is above. No, that's not it. That's not how we do it, because that door there is actually, that goes back into this. There's a site of grace in this part of the castle, I just remembered. So that's not, we're not dropping down from there. That's the door that connects us back to the save point. So the question then is, how the hell... I don't think there's a ladder or something that I'm missing. We could go back and look one more time. Hold on. Let me just look around up here first before I respawn the birds. Look from this ledge one more time. Like, I don't think there is a way to... I don't see how we would... We can't walk on this part of the wall. So getting over to that beacon... I must be badly overthinking this. There's got to be something that I've missed. Let's go back here to the left side chamber. And we're going to look around a little bit more. And hopefully, I would love to be able to cross this last mystery off my list. See if this actually prevents this fall damage. It does. Okay. What is it that I'm missing here? Also doesn't last very long. I have not used these fire bombs before. Let's see how those work. They work great. I also kind of need to use them. Well, I said they work great. Might not be a firebomb problem. Although I feel like my fireball hit them before. See, I can't get up here, can I? Is there a ladder that I've missed? What is it that I'm missing here? There's got to be something obvious. There has to be something glaringly obvious that I am just failing to see. At least it feels that way. What is it, man? It's always frustrating when you don't know the answer. When you don't get it. One day I will get it. Maybe. And then it will feel like the most obvious thing in the world. But until then, what in the hell am I missing? I am perplexed. I am at a loss. What happens if we go back up here? I feel like I've been up here several times, but maybe not enough. Let's look at this again. Because out here... Wait a second. Oh. Oh man, this looks tantalizingly close to being able to get on. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Well, see, we're still not... We're still really not where we need to be. Because I need to be further over. Farther over. Like, I can get up on the wall here, but That doesn't help me. We just don't jump high enough. We go out here and we've got all the jar dudes. Right? The jar family's hanging out here. And we've got this item up here. And I always just assumed that we were supposed to get here from somewhere else. There is a door up here. Oops. There's a door up here. Where does that go? Because if you look from the other side, maybe it's just a cubby hole in the wall. I thought at first that it might be like a clue to point out from the other side where you're supposed to enter from. Like there's a sus wall over here or something that connects to that, but it doesn't look like that. It feels like this is the... You come from over there. And that's how you get here. You're not getting up to this ledge from here, are you? Oh. Wait a second. Wait a second. Is there actually something here? Is there actually something on this elevator? It's just a ledge. Fuck. I started getting my hopes up because I saw, oh, there's a thing up here. Is this the passageway that I've been looking for? Nope. Elden Ring is just doing a number on me today. Get your hopes up and then slam them right back into the ground. Fucking A, dude. Motherfucker. Dude, I fucking died to a fucking Stormhawk, dude. Motherfucker. I'm just trying to find this goddamn way. Just trying to find the goddamn way to... What am I trying to find my way to? I don't even know at this point. You all suck. I fucking hate you, motherfuckers! Ah! All I'm doing here is just dying to Stormhawks, man. Oh, why is this game this way? So I have been looking all over this place, trying to figure out how to get over to this other part of the castle. And the only thing that I've managed to do so far is get myself killed by Stormhawks. Twice. So, things are going well. I guess we did manage to pick up a couple items in the process. A couple of things from the Banished Knights, which we'll give a look to here. Let's do this, and then I think we actually picked up a helm. Yeah, we got the helm altered. These fierce warriors were each and all accomplished. Perhaps that is why, despite their territorial losses, they were still named knights. Pretty cool helm. Probably pretty heavy compared to what we're wearing. Definitely. And I think I also did pick up one of their great swords. So some cool item pickups here. A finely crafted greatsword, intricately engraved with an ancient motif, given to knights who, whether by misfortune or misdeed, were forced to abandon their homes. Most of these knights were sent to the fringes, where they were forced to start anew, with only despair for company. The skill is Stamp, Upward Cut, Brace Armament, and Step into a low stance that prevents recoil from most enemy attacks. Follow up with a strong attack for an Upward Strike. We're actually only 1 point in strength away from wielding that. Interesting. Potential option. Maybe even something we could imbue with our holy art of war. Ash of War, excuse me. We'll think about that later. But right now, the only thing that the only other potential place to explore that I could think of would be over here. But I feel like we have... I definitely checked this before as when I was coming up here as part of a potential sus wall, but I can't think of any other spot that might be connected to this part of the castle that we are trying to... It feels like there's some... Actually, there are rats over here, aren't there? Are these the rats that are just on the ceiling that we know about, those rats that have I think that might be those the rats that we found, was it last time, where we just dropped down? Yeah, that's what these are. So this is not getting us any closer to where we need to go. So I think I might need to just abandon this for now. It really is bugging me. I want to figure out and be able to, like, cross the castle off our list altogether. But there's just something that I am missing. Admittedly, I've gotten very frustrated by dying on a couple of occasions, but also just frustrated that the castle is... It feels like we're so close to discovering all of its secrets, and like there's the game is trying to clue me in to, you know, where to go, and there's just something that I'm missing. It feels like it should be readily apparent where to go from here, but I am just missing it, and I don't want to let go. I'm being stubborn, almost like I would be on a you know, like I've been with Crucible Knight and other enemies where I don't want to admit that I need to move on. I'm kind of getting in the same train of thought when it comes to the castle situation here. Not wanting to admit when the mystery of the castle has bested me, and that we need to try the fresh brain OP approach one more time. I guess another thing I should consider is that there's a chance that this connects via Liurnia. It's possible that we need to explore out here. So maybe that's what we should do right now, is we should just head right here and actually begin what we should have maybe started a little while ago, is start making our way into... Let me get the title card here again to remind myself. The full title of Liurnia of the Lakes. Boy, it is so clear out here compared to Stormveil. Let's say hi to a friend first.
Rock the seamster at your service, master. Ready to make adjustments to your garments.
Can you actually make adjustments? Oh, there is a new piece of garb. The Commoner's Simple Garb. By the way, oh, this reminds me. I think I had actually... Oh. No, I did experiment with this off camera, and I forgot to mention this.
Please.
Because we had read this before, this piece of loot. It does actually increase faith. And I just hadn't seen that it gives you an extra point in faith. And it says that in the description. increases faith. And I think I just had failed to test it. So it does increase your faith. Is that worth? Maybe. I like our samurai gear, though. Our samurai gear is so balanced. We have enough points here where I think we're close to leveling up. Let's just get another 600 points. 600 runes. And then we can level up and actually get that 20th point in faith and actually be able to use our Black Flame Fireball permanently. This rune situation. That's another thing that has the disappointment that I have felt in this episode has dampened my spirits ever so slightly. But what am I doing here? I need to sort. The items are a little bit screwed up here. We need to do 3 of these. It's okay, though. We will get back on track as we venture finally into a new zone? Question mark? Let's get leveled up in faith. 20 points in faith. There we go. And I will switch back to my Black Flame Fireball now because I want to keep experimenting with that. Cool. Let's begin then by making our way around. Well, first of all, we'll take a moment to take in the sights one more time. We've had a preview of this area before, but I do want to take another look as we now begin in earnest to explore this massive area. We are going to look at the map because I think at some point we want to make kind of a dash for this point here. I think this is where we want to try to, we want to aim for here to, because I think that's where the map is. I think they give us this clue as to where to find the map. And that is way down there. So at some point we're going to be making, and we probably want to do that sooner rather than later, and is just make a mad dash for the map. What was on the... Oh, Roa Fruit. Can't miss the ever-important Roa Fruit. Alright, what I want to do first, though, is make my way around here and see, is it possible that we're supposed to traverse around the castle from the Liurnia side in order to get to this secret? This secret continues to bug me. Can I jump down here? I do see that there was somebody down here who I cannot target, so it looks like it's an NPC. Okay, I thought maybe that was an enemy at first. We will get to you in a moment, sir. Hold on while I make a beeline for trying to... Oh no, there's no way. There is no way that we're supposed to... That's not how we get there. Oh wow, the Church of Faith appears on the map. Crap. Well, this is not it. I don't know how we're supposed to do it. I don't know how we're supposed to do it. Okay, well, that... We'll wait for another day. Dang it. It's just the completionist in me. The completionist in me is always a little hesitant to move on. Not wanting to let go of the idea of like wrapping things up before you move on to a new zone. But I also have to remember there are very likely a lot of things that we've missed in general, especially when we know that there are specific things that happen at night. And so I will probably be doing some backtracking off camera, quote unquote. I'm always recording whenever I'm playing the game just in case something happens, but that might be something I do a little bit more often, is just backtracking through areas at different times of day, particularly night, just to see what happens. And I'm probably going to be backtracking in the castle as well to see if I can figure out that dang mystery. Okay, Sacred Tier. This is a crafting? No, not a crafting material. It's under the smithing stones. Bolstering materials. Improve Sacred Flask's potency. Oh my god, this has been sitting here this whole time. Blessing of the Erd Tree. Worshipped in the churches of all lands. This is but a faint vestige. Increases the potency of a Sacred Flask's restorative effects. Can be used after resting at a site of grace. During the age of the Erd Tree, these tears were used to spread the faith, for theirs was once a certain blessing. We finally found an undead bone shard. Feels great, baby. Oh my god. Okay, now we have that bit of knowledge. In terms of, like, if I start a fresh file, I know that this is one of the places that's just right around the corner that you can make a beeline to. Okay, Sacred Tear. We're going to be using that in just a moment here. Let's talk to our... This guy's looking a little downtrodden. A little sick, maybe? Dressed in some religious garb, though. Which, he is in a church, I guess.
You're tarnished, aren't you?
Oh!
Then, perhaps you could spare some runes. Believe it or not, I studied glintstone sorceries at the Academy of Rea Lucaria. For a small donation, I'd be happy to share my knowledge.
Just a small donation for a crestfallen churchgoer. I recognize that voice. I would recognize that voice anywhere. Crestfallen's back. Was he in Dark Souls 3? I don't think he was. We obviously had kind of a stand-in character, but I don't know if this voice actor was actually in Dark Souls 3. If he was, I have forgotten all about it. Let's donate 10 runes. We can definitely spare 10 runes, of course.
Bless you. You're a true saint. My name is Thops. Presuming you're interested, I can teach you sorceries, as promised. Only, none of them are particularly great.
Thops. Sorcerer Thops. That's not how I would have pronounced that. We've had several sorcery vendors now. Are these all new? Glintstone Pebble? Didn't, Roger have a Glintstone Pebble sorcery? Most basic Glintstone sorcery, the Academy of Rea Lucaria. The Glintstone serves as a conduit, launching magic projectiles at foes. Universal first step on the journey to true knowledge of sorcery. Glintstone Arc. I feel like these might have been spells that Roger had, or similar spells. Granted to sorcerers who depart from the academy to embark on journeys in order to fend off large groups of would-be adversaries. Fools often roam in packs. Not that button. Starlight. Creates a small floating starlight that illuminates surroundings. Okay. Cast light. Granted to sorcerers who depart. Even during the blackest nights, sojourns underground, or imprisonment in jail, the stars are never far from a sorcerer's side. Cool, let's get some more dialogue from our buddy Thops.
Apologies, friend. I'm afraid my meager sorceries are no match for your generosity. Oh, right. I can tell you what I know about this place. That should help a bit. You've seen that structure to the north, towering over the water. That's the Academy of Rea Lucaria, where we study glintstone sorceries. Only its doors have been closed for quite some time now. After they declared they wouldn't interfere with the shattering, the Academy cast repelling seals on the east gate leading to the capital, and the south gate leading here. As you might have guessed, the seals are still active, making entry to the Academy impossible without a glintstone key. And so I'm stuck here. A fledgling sorcerer with little chance of acquiring a key. When they cast the seals, I'd just popped out. And now I'm uprooted from my place of learning.
So we need a glintstone key. He's going to give us some more info about that and about Selen. He said there were 2 gates from the Rea Lucaria, or Academy. One that led here and one that leads east to the capital city, but they're both sealed. Need a glintstone key. Let's get more about that.
Why not find yourself a glintstone key? Without one, you can't pass through the Academy. And you'll never reach the Erdtree capital. And if you find an extra glintstone key, perhaps, once you've tied up all your loose ends, and I can be very patient. Would you consider donating it to me? I know it. I'm a bluntstone. Nary a hint of talent for sorcery. But still, my place is at the academy.
A blunt stone. Just wants a donation out of nowhere. We did just meet. I'll consider it. What do you know about Selen?
You've taken an apprenticeship with Selen. Well, that is something. Selen was well known. The most promising sorceress in the history of the academy. I followed her at school. But there may as well have been an ocean between us. But Selen was expelled from the academy, accused of unthinkable treatment of certain sorcerers, under the name of the Graven Witch. I still don't believe the accusations. The illustrious Selen would never do such things.
The Graven Witch. Need some more information there. Might be interesting to go to talk to Selen at this point. This is probably the same.
Find yourself a glintstone key.
Or similar.
Without one, you can't pass through, and you'll never reach the...
Okay, okay. Any hints on where to find one? All right, Tops. Oh, he had the crestfallen aura around him from the get-go. That's funny. Okay. We also have, I think this is this America? This is what we saw in the opening cutscene, right? The arms outstretched like this. I feel like this is supposed to be Queen America, just like in the opening cutscene. Okay. So Sorcerer Thops. Let's actually do that real quick. We can let's go to Selen and just see if there's any dialogue that has triggered. Oh yeah, we have the Stakes of America, and it looks just like the statue we saw just now.
There you are, my apprentice. Shall we commence the lesson?
She does not have any new dialogue. All right. And we are not studying sorceries. Did she add some stuff? No, these were there. Okay, all right. So nothing new as a result, but we do have an undead bone shard, a sacred tear. So let's get that activated here. We really need a power up on our flasks. See how that works out. Let's go. Increase amount replenished by flasks using a sacred tear. I would like that very much. Boy, oh boy, is that long overdue. Cool. Excellent. We have 30 runes to our name. Why don't we try to make a run for getting the map? I'm hoping my theory is correct. So we're going to do a little bit of a whirlwind tour here. Looks like we're going to be running through a graveyard? Question mark? Oh boy. We won't grab any items just yet. Looks like some scythe-wielding oh, this is a drop-off here. I need to go further around. Looks like some scythe-wielding skeletons, necromancers coming to life over there. Just a lovely bunch. Cannot wait to greet them more closely. Let's head down this way. Will we be able to make a run for it? I think so. Are these more soldiers of Godric? They look like it. So the soldiers of Godric are hanging out down here as well. Looks like there's a side of grace we can get to along the way, so we might as well bank that. Cool, cool, cool. And looks like we have a merchant here to check out. Cool. Let's just rest. And does this add this merchant? We haven't talked to this guy yet, so it hasn't added the merchant to our map. So let's do that.
You're new around here. Surprised you found me in my little nook. No matter, no matter. Your money's as good as anyone else's. Why don't you take a look at my wares? Oh, but don't ask me how I got my hands on them, eh?
None of my business. I wouldn't even dream of asking. But I will definitely take a look. You've got a lantern. Oh, shit. We've got a hand lantern. And some smithing stones as well. Cool. So this, I'm assuming immediately that this is just like the Bloodborne lantern. A small waste-worn lantern that illuminates surroundings, used once to turn on, again to turn off. While its light is dimmer than that of a torch, it has the advantage of freeing up the user's hands, just like Bloodborne. Cool. We also have a Nomadic Warriors Cookbook 11. We are up to 11 now. There's still a whole bunch of other cookbooks it feels like we've missed. Crystal Dart, Spellproof Dried Liver, and Shatter Shard Arrow. Okay. An S-Stock? Astrologer Staff. Arrows. There's a Kite Shield. Cool. And the Astrologer gear is here. Worn by those who look to the cosmos above. They read fate in the stars and are said to be heirs of the Glintstone Sorcerers. But alas, the night sky no longer cradles fate. All right. Definitely want to pick up that lantern when we have some more runes. So we'll be coming back here. Let's continue to make our way toward... hopefully make our way toward the map. We've got some lights, some lanterns. Oh boy, I did not see you coming. Some blue flames that are kind of illuminating what is a path through. Okay, it's right here actually. There's our map. Liurnia East has been found. It was a little bit guarded there. I don't know what those guys... I didn't take a close look at them. I was just kind of focused on... What in the hell is up with you? I forgot we can actually just attack you on horse. Never mind. They do a lot of damage. Hold on a second here. Hold on a second here. We're gonna come back to you all. We're going to come back, but we have got the map. That was the main objective was just get the map and then get out of Dodge. So this will allow us to take a look around now. A new map has been found, Liurnia East. Suggests that there is a Liurnia West to find. Oh my god, that opened up so much of the map. My goodness, it was like, it went up to like here before. Now it goes all the way up here, what the fuck? Oh my god, my eye is immediately drawn to this little part of the map here. Is this, what is this, like a meteor crater? What the hell's going on there? And a big tree with a bunch of little trees. Not the Erd tree, I am assuming. The Erd tree is going to be over here somewhere, or maybe here. Here, is this going to be our Divine Tower? There's also a ship out here. We never did figure out what was going on with this barrel. It's just for show. But my oh my, we have opened up way more of this map than I thought we were going to. There's our nomadic merchant. We're at the Liurnia Lake Shore. And this looks like just a wonderful, lovely lake in here. We can take this off the map now. With some just super friendly inhabitants welcoming us with open arms. I suppose... What do I suppose? What we're going to do is we're going to head back here, and we're going to start trying to explore somewhat systematically from the south and working our way up. Kind of like we did in Limgrave, I guess. We've got our sacred tier. And so let's look here and just maybe explore in this region. This is where we came around from Limgrave originally. There were some crafting materials that were here. Pick these up. The Crystal Bud, that's what it was called. This game really is just phenomenally gorgeous. We can just start, I guess, by exploring the graveyard here. Why don't we? See how fireballs work on you. Okay, you cast a skull. Got it. So you do seem to work like other skeletons, where we just interrupt your resin animation. I only caught wind of that skull that he was casting in our direction at the last second. Oh. Okay. We'll try to stay somewhat mobile here, so we don't completely open ourselves to attack. Whoa. That does more damage than I was expecting. Wow, our flask does really get powered up now, doesn't it? Or it really gives us a lot more health regen. We interrupt you pretty easily. Not much poise on skeletons. And we get our flask back. Cool. Alrighty, so those guys are, as with any Dark Souls enemy and skeletons in particular, I guess, you always got to be ready to deal with them. An Academy Scroll. So that looks like a new item for Selen. Was under key items, I'm pretty sure. Scroll the Academy of Rea Lucaria, Glintstone Sorcerer's Place of Study. Gives us Great Glintstone Shard and Swift Glintstone Shard. This is cool and all. They're hooking us up with some different sorceries, some different vendors and NPCs that are sorcery related, but I gotta say, I am looking forward to a bit more in the incantations department. Anytime y'all want to throw some of that in our direction, I'm gonna be more than happy to learn some new incantations. We've got this new Black Flame Fireball, which I'm having fun playing around with. And it's really nice that our FP is going to get replenished so much more by our flask now. I want to see that in action here. Just scouring the graveyard and making sure there's nothing. Going back into thorough exploration mode. Which is one of the best parts of the game. Trying to keep track of all that there is to the Church of Irith. Did I miss that name before? What did I think this was? The Church of Irith. I feel like it had a different name before. Church of Irith. Who the hell is Irith? I don't know. Maybe we'll learn at some point. There's our Chapel of Anticipation. Still don't know how to get back there. Oh, yo, I'm about to run off the edge here. Torrent. Get a little jumpy on me sometimes. Chill out. Take a chill pill, my dude. What is this? More crystal bud. Okay. Another graveyard up here. Oh yeah, those guys in the trees are definitely gonna be ready to attack us. Okay, I need to drink. It's unfortunate that our fireballs... Wow, that actually goes full. Oh my god. Why am I not... My aim on horseback, not so good. Not so good. You are a feisty one, aren't you? Oh my god, you have so much health. What the hell? Okay, this guy means business. Let's take out the supporting cast maybe first. There was the guy who only had like a little bit of health. Where did he go? There you are. And then we need to make sure he doesn't res. Oh my god. Almost missed him there. I don't know if the spear is the best tool to be using against these guys. And I also hate that I don't quite kill them in one fireball. Okay. Was there one more of the casters, or is it just, are we down to just you? Now is when I'm gonna be using the black flame more. Let me bait out another attack here. Try to maximize our little damage over time component. That does go up to full. All right. Okay, all right, we got you. We got you. Make sure, definitely want to make sure that this guy does not res. That's a guy we do not want coming back to life. The Executioner's Great Axe. The Executioner's Great Axe. He was a beefy one. Where's this at? Executioner's Great Axe. Another one that kind of looks like... Were they also called Executioners in Bloodborne? I feel like there was a weapon like this that the enemies had. I don't know if you could wield it. Bulky Cleaver welded to a long haft. Is that just another name for shaft? Said to have been used to dispatch the remnants of defeated armies, felling them like timber. Perhaps that is the reason it excels at critical hits. Skill is Warcry. Give a Warcry to rally the spirit and increase attack power, while active strong attacks change to charge attacks. We've seen that on some of those barbarians out in Limgrave. And oh, 3 warming stones. Okay. Might be an item that we want to throw on our bar for healing. Some emergency healing. We could do that. We could do that. Got 4 of them now. It uses FP. I have to keep that in mind. So there's this path that leads... Ooh, it looks like there's another Everjail here. Yeah, that looks like an Everjail. So that could be fun. And then this leads out here into Liurnia West. And I presume that this is the Academy. This has to be the Academy, right? Is it shown on our map? It looks like it might just be off the map. And maybe we're meant to... Oh, it shows us an NPC up here? This is the... Is this the same finger reader crone? There's another finger reader crone. So there's a gang of them, huh? It shows us that she's sitting all the way up here. Oh, here's another one of these little... Maybe these are supposed to be caves? But that's... It feels like they're little, like, meteor... chasms. Oh my god, what the hell? That scared the absolute shit out of me. Another reason maybe to dismount before going into staring out into nowhere mode. Torrent. My friend, my trusty steed, boy oh boy. We have got to Oh, motherfucker, my heart. I'm still alive. In real life. My character has suffered yet another silly science / gravity death. But, you know, what else is new? I was just trying to take in the scenery, you know? I was just trying to take in the wonderful... Boy, it's even gotten more beautiful here as the sun is rising. Okay. The Academy is, I think, a distant, long-term objective. What I was in the middle of thinking about was this. It is a divine tower, right? This divine tower over here it looks just like the divine tower in Limgrave. And it is part of what is shown on our map currently. So whether it's from this direction or from this direction, maybe from both, the Academy is somewhere in here. But they're not giving us, like they did initially, the little, you could see where we needed to run to get the map. We don't have that here. This is much more shrouded. So they're going to really make you work to get the map for this section, I suppose. Okay. All right. So we've explored the graveyards here at the top of both of these spots. Let's just... let me look a little bit more over here. I don't think there's anything to go down to. Just want to make sure of that. Just want to make sure. I don't think it's you know, this part of the map here. Well, maybe if we make it down over here, there might be a place to progress in this direction. Question mark? But I don't think we're getting there from here. I'm going to mount up and try to be wary of dashing off of the cliff face at any moment. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. I have seen... No, I've seen nothing. Okay, hold on. We're going to dismount. Just to be safe. What I did there... when I dashed to my death was... I was spamming B to back out of the map. And I wasn't really spamming it, but I definitely pressed it one too many times. I thought I saw something here for a second. I thought I saw that this was like an opening in the cliff face, and that's how we get up to over here. But that's not even close to over here. God damn it. All right, I'm getting sucked back into thinking about the castle again. Let's not do that. Let's... Oh my god, I almost backstepped off the cliff. I really have a death wish today, I think. This is a subconscious thing that is coming to the fore. I really just want to jump off cliffs. This is apparently my longing desire in Liurnia East. Holy fucking shit. Okay. On to the encampment here, where we're going to use one of our summons. I think we'll try to use a new one. Let's do that. Let's switch over to a new summon. Try something new. What do we want to try here? We haven't tried the jellyfish yet. We also haven't tried the rotten stray ashes. We've done the fanged imp ashes. There's quite a few of these. This one only costs 11. This guy must be weak as hell. Let's try the jellyfish. See what that's all about. As I continue to check around for... Well, just checking around, getting the lay of the land. You know how it is. You know how it goes. Jellyfish time. Will the jellyfish actually... So the jellyfish shoot the, they deal more like a poison thing. So I don't know if if this is the right enemy or the right summon. If you're trying to poison guys, you kind of want it to be against guys that have more health, don't you? But he can interrupt. He can interrupt and distract. So in that regard, he fills an important role. What the hell did he throw at me? What the hell did... Oh, he threw a fucking... I know what he threw at me. He threw a fucking Lloyd's Talisman at me. God damn it. I think that is our first Lloyd's Talisman in this game. First time getting hit with a Lloyd's Talisman. I forgot what charms, what stuff I have on here. The horseback would probably be a good thing to have by default. This guy's got red and blue. I feel like we've seen red and green before. Haven't seen the red and blue Godric combination. Oh, that's just the glow from my my summon. Nothing to fear. Nothing to be afraid of. 6 smoldering butterflies. Cool. I'm very jumpy all of a sudden. I mean, I'm kind of jumpy as it is playing this game because I'm always fearing the worst. But now that I have, like, proceeded to jump off a cliff and then almost jump off a cliff right after that. Glintstone Craftsman. We're getting more sorcery stuff, it looks like. The random jumping off of cliffs has got me on edge. Use a flask here before I clear out the encampment. Get our flask back, I assume, after killing this guy, and there we go. Cool. And then the jellyfish goes away. Yeah, so as soon as you vanquish all the guys in the area that you're supposed to use the summon for, it is out. Done. No, needed no longer. Fine by me. Glintstone expands crafting repertoire. We can now craft a Cuckoo Glintstone. Record of crafting techniques left by a Glintstone craftsman who served the academy contains information on faux sorceries, such as they were called. Cuckoo Glintstone. That's, I guess, you know, you're going to the academy of Rhea Lucaria. I guess there's going to be a bunch of sorcery related things on the way. I want the incantations too. I do see that there is a Statue of America that has popped up, but I guess that's maybe just related to us being in the encampment here. There is so much to explore. So much to explore. I'm going to try not to dash to my death this time. Oh, I actually see a jellyfish over there. Hi. Funny. What a coincidence. Anything else that we see? Oi, I almost fell. That would probably not have been a death. Okay, so it's not that far, just a short little jaunt to get down to you. And I think we're now able to afford this lantern, or we're much closer to affording it at least. Something over here. Ooh, secret? Secret? Not really. Just a little underpass. Might be some stuff we can do though with torrent and jumping. Ah, there is an item up there. Is there anything over this way? Doesn't seem like it. It also doesn't seem like we are very easily able to get down to this green area at the base of the cliff, so that I don't know that this is supposed to be navigable in any way. Dang it. Try that again. Oh my god. It's better just to... I tried not to stop the first time, and it felt like I went too far. Okay. Should I be dismounting? I need Torrent's double jump, don't I? Spam, triangle, spam it. There we go. A sacrificial twig. Have we got one of those before? Sacrificial twig. I spammed triangle so much that I don't know which part of the menu this went to. Was it a weapon? Sacrificial twig. It's actually a talisman. Oh, right. This is our rune of, or ring of sacrifice. That's where we've seen this before. It's part of, was it part of Patch's bell bearing? Yeah. Okay, we have a ring of sacrifice now. That's cool. Just looking to see if there's a way to get up there. Okay, I want to make a little bit of a purchase here.
Not everyone can tell how good my wares are. You've a discerning eye, you have.
Something like that. I think we need 1,800. Yeah, 1,800. I want smithing stones too. I want the cookbook too. Although this is all kind of spell-related stuff. Let's get the lantern though. Let's sell some Roa fruit. For 270. Oops.
Not every...
And we have a lantern. There we go. Okay, okay. All right, let's get this lantern. We can probably put it over here somewhere. Probably want to have it on one of our... We're going to put it in the fire grease spot for now, because we won't always need fire grease, but we will often need the lantern, and we can maybe just switch between those two. So now we can just have that. There we go. And that gives us our lantern effect, which was a great thing to have. And I'm surprised we didn't bring that over from Bloodborne to DS3. So I was originally going to wrap things up at this point, but after editing my footage, I had the urge, the uncontrollable urge to once again explore Stormveil Castle, because I just cannot let go of the fact that there is an unsolved mystery here. And what I had seen in my footage, what I saw over here, there's like a little bit of a, it's hard to see from this direction, but there's like a little bit of a slant to the wall at the far side. I also saw that there were some destructible boxes and barrels. And usually they don't put that sort of stuff in a spot that you're not allowed to walk to or navigate to. So I thought, is there like a stairs down in this courtyard? Are there stairs there that I totally missed? So I went over here to, this is over near the secluded cell. Is that what it's called? The spot near Godric's boss room. But I came over here and I killed the big guy, killed the troll and his buddies, and I did not find some stairs. I found a cubby hole that had a smithing stone in it, so that was a fun little pickup. But I could not find the stairs, and so I came back over here to once again ponder what is going on with this, you know, this opening up here, which suggests that I should be able to get over to that other side of the wall. And then I saw these couple windows over here. And I thought, oh, huh. I wonder if I could jump to them. I wonder if I could go up here and actually jump across to these guys. Is that something that I could just... very close. Very, very close. I already tried this a couple different times off camera unsuccessfully. Just kind of reliving the experience here to show you that close but no cigar. And in that process of surmising, could I actually do that? I looked around and I realized, oh, wait a second. Oh, wait a second. There is a ledge over here, isn't there? We picked up an item before, and sure enough, there is another ledge that leads to. Tunnel vision, laser focus is a hell of a deal. Okay, now, from here, can I jump over to this side? Okay. Progress. Or as some might say, in certain segments of the internet, progress. Now what? Probably some Stormhawks waiting over here to ruthlessly murder me, but what else is new? I don't think... Actually, there are Stormhawks here waiting to ruthlessly murder me. Okay, that's funny because when I was down below in the courtyard, I had heard... I think I was hearing this one, which I can hear now, kind of... Oh yeah, when he moves his talon to reposition, he's got the sword attached and it clanks against... Oh, that is something. Man, are there... Oh, wait a second. There's a banished knight there, too. Okay, that is something which we will get to in a bit. Get to in just a little bit. How am I supposed to get back up? Like, once I fall down here. Oh, I see. This thing here. Okay. I mean, maybe we should work on these guys first because we're close to a checkpoint, actually. So, the question is... I think we actually want the bow for this, right? Always got to remember how to actually do this. But we use the Stormhawk arrow. Let's see if we can get a headshot. Let's see. Come on. Okay. Okay. Ugh. These guys are such a headache. I am not going to be ashamed to do some sniping after what I've been through today. A little bit of sniping I'm going to be okay with. Yeah, this is the guy from the Night Sandwich. The thing is, he's guarding, so he's not going to allow us. He's not going to allow us to do the sniping. So let's get to it here. Let's get to it. Without your Stormhawk friend helping you, we'll see if we can get the job done. Nope, that was such a bad time, poorly timed fireball. Come on. I forgot that they have those moves. And he has the fire. Could have equipped my fire talisman, but it's okay. It's okay. All right. So I had noticed that this Stormhawk here was dead. I can't target it, so watch it spring to life on me. But I do believe it is kaput. I'm going to fully heal just in case. Never trust. What is down here? A lump of flesh. 3 lumps of flesh. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay. We didn't die. Victory. Now, will this lead? The real question is this going to lead to the remainder of unknown or unvisited spots that I have seen? Because they're like, this would have to lead all the way around. But maybe it does, because there's a door over there. This would have to circumnavigate? It would have to go all the way around the castle, I think. But maybe it does. The only question is, what sort of ambushes are we going to meet along the way? Got a Trina's Lily here. Is there any... Do I want to adjust my... I actually already have my fire protection on, don't I? Cool. We'll keep rolling with what we've got. Smithing Stone 1. Golden Rune 2. Some awesome items here that we could definitely not live without. Oh, right. So, I think this is something that we have our lantern now. We had tried out our lantern before, but I think it looks like when you warp between sites of grace, it deactivates. That is an enemy. We are just going to fireball you. So it does look like... Hi. It does look like we have to... We're going to have to learn to reactivate our lantern after warping, which is okay. No big deal. We're definitely covering new ground now, though. A bunch of... What are these guys called again? Remind myself, they're the commoner's simple garb. Got a bunch of dejected commoners here who may or may not leave us alone. Am I going to take the chance? Hell no. Let's see what an uncharged fireball does. Okay. Probably don't need to be wasting mana on these guys. Just hit them with the old spear. Commoner's shoes, which we already had, I think. Throwing rocks at us. They've really seen better days. Reduced. Oh, there's two of them there. Okay. Reduced to just throwing rocks. It is so nice that our +1 flask tops us off. Once again, time to invest into mind so we can get that sweet FP value. A Manor Tower Shield. Okay, let's check that out. Manor Tower Shield. I think we also picked up... When did we pick this up? Wooden Great Shield. Don't remember where we got this. But the Manor Tower Shield, an iron great shield large enough to cover the entire body, depicts the Round Table Hold, gathering place of champions. Great shields boast high damage negation and guard capacity, making enemy attacks easy to repel. The one game that I did do a great shield build was DS1. We sort of naturally went down that route. I kind of got my introduction to great shields with the Eagle Shield. And once I realized, oh, stability is a thing, I kind of liked it. And we ended up wielding Havel's Great Shield by the end of the playthrough. I haven't done it since, but it is a... there's something about the big, tanky, beefy playstyle. I don't naturally gravitate towards it, but I do find it fun to do on second playthroughs and whatnot. I did see that there is a message out here. And I think, okay, we have finally reached this spot. Surely what you seek is somewhere close by. Is this Roger? I think it is. Surely what you seek is somewhere close by. Is he hinting at the fact that we need to traverse? There is more traversal. Okay. A smithing stone 3. Nice. So, Roger, I always get his name wrong, I think, but he is hinting us, as we see the dragon claws that have marred the castle. We are heading down this way, though. Pretty sure we are. Let's just double check here. Well, I might have gone. Okay. Just want to double check this other side, but I think there's only one way to go. And that is this direction. And it is definitely, well, let's just see where it goes. I'm not going to definitely anything at this stage of the game. I'm just hoping and praying that this is going to lead us to the remainder of places that I really want to check off my list. Oh, this is actually where we set the... Why can I not pick that up? I need to jump up on the wall, I think. It's not letting me loot because I need to go up here. I'm a little nervous about falling off. It's pretty friendly about letting you control how you're jumping. Golden Rune 5, cool. I'm looking off into the distance, thinking about exploring over there in the future as we make our way through Liurnia. All right. So ready for there to be an ambush there. Divine Tower in Liurnia. Not a painting that we can interact with this time, but kind of has the same feel as the painting that we saw before, which, by the way, I had totally forgotten about at the time. This painting that we've been hinted at in our, the prophecy painting. This is totally a Breath of the Wild thing, right? This was the, tracking down the spots where the guy had done his different paintings and finding him there. They totally stole that one from Breath of the Wild, which I'm okay with. It's good. It's a good little game mechanic. All right, we have made it. I'm going to, before anything else happens, I'm going to open up this door. Because that now links us. Oh, yes. Links us back to the side of grace. Finally! Oh my god. This head cold is taking a little bit more of a toll on my voice. As you may notice, a little bit more of a toll than it had previously, but... Oh, 5 rainbow stones. I definitely could not have, would not have wanted to miss out on those. Let's, just for the hell of it, we're gonna drop a rainbow stone to celebrate this momentous occasion. Not a death sound. The important thing there to note. Okay. Hi. Let's hit you with a holy urn. Cool. Now that I have cleared myself of the fire bombs, we'll start probably just focusing on holy urns. We have plenty of materials for those. An Arteria leaf. Cool. 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 I mean, Arteria leaves are probably going to turn out to be pretty valuable, so I am not complaining whatsoever. Definitely not complaining. This does appear, though, to be the end of the road, and I think that is now... That's it, right? There's no more. All I do see is that this bat has the glowy eyes. Am I seeing things? Maybe I'm seeing things. Are you gonna come in our direction? It might just be the normal bad eyes. Never mind. 83 runes. Okay. I think, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we are going to wrap up this installment of Elden Ring. It has been a tumultuous roller coaster ride of emotions as I've been taken from the heights of exuberance, discovering that the Great Rune permanently powers up our attributes, having that completely smashed to bits in the not. In fact, right here, in this exact location, from a silly science death of all things, feels a little bad. And then, what else did we do? We discovered Crestfallen. The friendly voice actor of Crestfallen has made his return. And that was a fun discovery. And then we had the urge to suddenly jump off a cliff randomly. But I can at least rest knowing that the castle Stormveil has now finally, at least as far as I know, and that's what counts here. What I am aware of, what I have seen, the mysteries that have been floated in front of me, teased and tantalized right in front of what I can see, those have now, we can say, have been checked off the list. And I can feel good about making our way into Liurnia. By the way, we have to take a moment and just the size of this map and how we spent so much time here, and now it has expanded to this, and yet we see we can get a little bit of an impression of how much farther it must extend. Holy shit. This game is going to be so much fun, but my God, it might take the rest of my life. And, you know, you'll all be here for it, I'm sure. What else was I going to say? But yeah, we will be next time beginning wholeheartedly focusing on Liurnia. I will from time to time be coming back to backtrack in Limgrave, because I'm sure there is some stuff that we've missed, especially at nighttime. I have a feeling there are nighttime mysteries to be discovered everywhere, and there's something maybe to be said about making that your default mode of exploration, trying to always explore at night as much as possible. Question mark. We'll think about that one, but especially now that we have our trusty lantern that we can, it actually is pretty bright. Like, it's definitely not as bright as the torch, but I feel like it's brighter than the Bloodborne lantern. Either way, on to Liurnia next, Stormveil Castle and Limgrave for now. We will be putting in the rear. And putting in the rear view, that didn't come out exactly as I intended. Been a long day, folks. Thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.